You typed in women.
On
Okay.
live, brother. It's on
Con.
live.
All right, Shalawam. We the brothers from the GMS New Orleans coming back at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, as always, we like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahawah,
YAHAWAH,
bahasham,
bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Barakash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Occams that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And man, the brothers was breaking bread earlier, and just a few minutes ago on pretty much the judgment that's been going forth out on women in particular. Now the Lord has a judgment that goes out daily, okay, but what jumped out in mind, we actually looked at, was just kind of like the pattern in which women been getting killed, okay, especially here, because a lot of the news breaking articles and articles and different things like that been showing that women have been getting shot. All right, it's been a lot of I-10 shootings here. All right, and it's been the way they've been getting killed. Now, usually you don't kind of hear of a lot of women getting killed in abundance, right? It's more or less the men more than the women, but nonetheless, we wanted to just hone in on a way that women are getting shot here daily, especially here. Now, maybe other brothers can, where they're from, actually give testaments to it, all right, or add to it. But nonetheless, we just gonna get into some articles here and just speak about how the scripture said that this would happen in the latter times. All right, and start me off with Jeremiah 9 and start at maybe 21, brother. Any brother, anybody can get it.
I got it. This is Jeremiah 9 and 21. For death is come up into our windows.
Start at 17. Salaki, brother. Start at
okay,
17. Okay. My bad, bro.
This is Jeremiah 9 and 17. Thus saith Yahawah of hosts, consider ye and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come.
Right. So obviously you can see what is speaking of women here. Go ahead.
And let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears and our eyelids gush out with waters.
Right. So obviously, this is not something that can be laughed at. All right. It's not the moment for that. It's speaking about the times in which women are going to be tried and things are going to be happening. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out.
Go ahead.
Yet hear the word of Yahawah, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and every one her neighbor lamentation.
Which, when we speak, right, this is also for the nation of Israel. When we're speaking towards Israel, we're also speaking to the women. All right. It's not like they get an exception or there's an exemption to the rule about judgment that's coming. All right. Because everybody has to pay, all right, for the things that they have given up for the Lord. Okay. Or done towards the Lord or didn't do. Okay. So just as the daughters of Zion, which the daughters of Zion can be compared to the men as well. All right. Because we are delicate and commonly women unto the man. But just to columnize the women, actually, ultimately, they have been put in a place of judgment as well. We have spoken to what? All of Israel. When the Lord speak of all of Israel, yeah, it's to the men first, but it's also to the women, because the women and men make up Israel, man. Go ahead out.
Verse 21. For death has come up into our windows.
For what?
For what? For death is come up into our windows.
Right. Go ahead.
And entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets.
Right. So the wailing and the lamentation, that's the Lord is saying, receive the word, rise up, ye careless daughters. All right. And, tell your daughters, because technically the women control the children, which when the Lord kill the women, I mean, He gonna kill the children too. You know, it's just, but ultimately, it's to admonish the other daughters, which this generation Z of women and these grandmothers and things like that, man, they just have lost touch with teaching a woman the right way or the things of respect the man. Like this is gone, all right? But that's why there's gonna be a wailing, because they haven't taught their daughters lamentation, man. They haven't got the women haven't gotten the daughters ready for what's coming, man. Neither are they ready, right? They're adulterous. They backstabbers, all right? They haughty, right? They full of wickedness, man. But it says basically teach them that is coming into the windows, man. Meaning what? It's hitting home. All right. Can the word debt, D-E-A-T, actually go in a window? No. All right. What it means is what? Judgment has reached the house, man. Ultimately, altogether. You see? And it says that enter into our palaces, which when something get in your house, it get near unto you. It basically get you. Okay? Go ahead out.
Verse 22. Speak thus, saith Yahawah, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them.
So even as it's happening unto the women, ultimately we know judgment is out towards the men, but we won't focus on directly the women. All right. So I wanted to open up with that. All right, then go ahead out. You can read the article, brother.
There's quite a few articles. We're gonna read the one on Newsbreak, but they got them on WWL. They got one that says mother killed as New Orleans homicide numbers rise for women. They got one on NOLA.com. A trail of mothers become the targets of shooters. This is an ongoing thing, man.
Yeah, like you said, just say the topic, the titles and whatever. Like we don't have to read them all, but we want to definitely hone in that this has hitting home. All right, it's hitting home around us, brothers, in GMS, New Orleans, which, like you said, I'm pretty sure is going on in other places. You know, it actually entered into the palaces. All right, in the houses of where we are, man. Your house can be your state, it can be your city. It goes all the way down to the actual house you live in, man. All right, that's where you actually do business at. So this debt is not a fall for you women, man. You careless women that are at ease. Go ahead, brother.
This is Newsbreak. It says two more women shot in New Orleans 13 hours ago, this early today. It says, amid rising concerns about increasing violence against women, the trend continued Monday. And the trend is, this has been something that's been going on for weeks now. Every other day you turn on the news, there's one or two women getting killed. It says one of the victims died after she was shot in Algiers. New Orleans Police Department's homicide section are investigating a homicide that left a 24-year-old woman dead. The offense occurred shortly before 5 p.m. and it gives the location. It says hours later, another woman was shot. So this is
it's a pattern. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's a pattern in which it's just, and we pay attention to things the way, the Lord actually hands judgment out, because the Lord is a God of judgment. All right, by him acting our ways. So we're looking at the actions in which the Lord is taking on these women, and we basically like, are we the only ones see this, man? Because it was a foreign thing years ago to hear women was getting killed. You'll hear one here or there, but nevertheless, hearing them damn near equal with the men, it's astounding. It's like, well, wait a minute. It's like judgment has basically took a turn, but it hasn't. It just what? It just came to fruition of what it said would happen in the end. Because give me Jeremiah 31 and 22. Samakia, Baba Gasha.
31:22.
Yeah.
All right, this is Jeremiah 31 and 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahawah have prayed a new thing in the earth. a woman shall compass a man.
Well, yeah. So since the woman has compassed the man on all levels, pretty much, guess what? Well, they're gonna start getting shot like men get shot, right? Well, this is like Jake, like, well, you know, they just gonna be in front of the man with working and a job and different things like this. Well, they're gonna pass the man with men with dying too. Because what Jake failed to realize, all right, I looked the survey up years ago, and it was like 61% women, children born are girls, and 39% are men. So technically, it's like the Lord had killed more women than men. When you actually look at it, like there's more women than men actually. All right. So in these last days, guess what? Since a woman won't compass a man, well, the debt that come on men is gonna come on the women, man. Go ahead, YAHAWAH.
Well, they tell you in prophecy, 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. The majority of the 1/3 and the majority of the 2/3 is going to be women and children.
Yeah,
that's the majority of the nation of Israel.
That's the majority. Technically, when you really look at it, like it's not a code. These are things you can look up. How many children are born as boys? How many children are born as girls? They got records. Now you know it's here or there, but anyways, women have overlapped men, especially with the rate of men dying, right? And you got the rate of men that's, you know, they didn't win fugazi, all right, you know, or whatever the case may be. Women have triumphed men in numbers, in jobs, in equality, all right. You know, we have went into different things. Well, this was all strategically done through propaganda, all right. Women liberation, all these different things. Well, they're getting liberty, they're getting liberal. Guess what? The Lord lifting them up to be killed, man. All right, to be put in breaking news, because you didn't see this years ago like that. You know, you didn't see this. But go ahead, out.
Keep on going. Okay, come. They'll say Yahweh of hosts, the Most High of Israel, or the power of Israel.
That's it.
Yet. Okay,
that should be it. That should be it. Yeah. So they gonna compass a man in debt too. You want to compass a man with making the amount of money on a job? All right. You won't make $25 and a man make 22 or 20 or whatever. Guess what? When it's time to die, you're gonna get shot in the face with an AK-47, man. All right. You're gonna die worse than a man too. So it's a balance to a woman compassing a man. All right. They're gonna also reap judgment of the men that they was getting. They gonna get what? Greater judgment as well. All right, go ahead, brother. If y'all brothers got something, bring it out.
Yeah, I got a precept.
I got one too.
This is Jeremiah 4:31. For I have heard a voice as of a woman in travail, and the anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hands, saying, Woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers.
You got it.
Hey, as we're going into the topic of this lesson, especially down here, news is coming out damn near every day of women of the tribes, specifically the Southern Kingdom, getting put to death down here, and their souls are being wearied because of the murderers. And these women aren't innocent out here. As the brother was going into, these women want to compass a man and be like a man. What does that involve with the nation of our men and being thugs and killers and setting people up out here? These women are getting in that same spirit. So what? They're going to receive that same judgment, that harsh judgment by the sword. And as the situation just deteriorates out here and there's less food and water and, you know, just a dearth of things out here, these women are especially going to become a target. Even more so now, even more so than now.
And the reason why these women are breaking news is a foreshadowing of things that come, because technically, you know, news, they got a little acronym for it or whatever, you know, but the main thing is it's a notable event. So when it's breaking, they basically notify the world, like, look, this is on display, but guess what? This is not on your mainstream. Like, women getting shot is on the mainstream news, brother. It's like we see that, we like, man, Brother, you see another woman got shot? Brother, you see another woman got. Then wait a minute. The last 2 weeks, women got shot all week. Then the last 3, 2 got killed. Like the Lord is actually dealing, man. And listen, I'm gonna say this. I live not too far from where two girls got shot at a Latai station down here in the east, and that made big news. You know, I ain't gonna say their names out of respect, you know, for people or whatever. Yes, and they got shot at this Latai station. Probably ain't even 3 to 5 minutes away. All right, but then after that, two in Tremaine. All right, it's like the Lord is getting them in Paris, man. All right, it's not like, you know, one here or there. Right, the Lord is pairing them up. He's catching them together, and these are young women, all right, falling in the streets, man. Because the young women, they want to be like the men, like the young men, which are monsters, mistress monsters. But the mistress women are having these mistress monsters, and they younger women themselves, man. All right, you got a 25-year-old with a damn near 16-year-old, damn near, man. Time they get 30, the fucking man almost 20, man. You know, these women, man, and these Generation Z children is just basically what, putting that spirit, the spirit of the mom is getting on the sons, man. All right,
I got a precept. This one
you got it.
This one goes into the women, but this one here goes also into the 2 adulterous sisters. But I'm gonna get the section that applies to the women today, because they're adulterous too. All right, and they're into a lot of other shit that they say they're not in, but they're into these different things, gangs, and, you know, playing games with men and everything else. But this is this is Ezekiel chapter 23, and I'm gonna start at about 8. It says, well, I'll start at 7. It says, thus she committed her whoredoms with them, with all them that were the chosen men of Assyria, and with all of whom she doted, with all her idols she defiled herself. All right, neither left she her whoredoms brought from Egypt, for in her youth they laid with her, and they bruised the breast of her virginity, and poured their whoredoms upon her. All right, and everything else here is the point. It says, wherefore I have delivered her unto the hands of her lovers, and in the hands of the Assyrians, upon whom she doted. This is the main point. Verse 10. These discovered her nakedness. They took her sons and daughters and slew her with the sword, and she became famous amongst women, but they have executed judgment upon her.
And as the elder said, this woman was doting when she was behaving irrationally, man, or doing foolish, or becoming silly or deranged, which she was enjoined unto these. That's why the Lord gave, all right, her children over into, as it says, gave her sister. Wait,
it's about the 2 adulterous sisters.
Yeah, the 2 adulterous sisters. All right, which these women gave over themselves and did foolish things, man. Which these women are doing. A lot of these women are setting men up too, and they put men in positions to be killed. Just like the situation with I forget her name, it escaped me, but the situation where the men killed her husband, and then they feet were standing at the door to kill her ass, man. All right, she had something to do with that. I think it was when he was giving the elders the amount he sold a piece of land for, or whatever, and he held back some of the money, man. All right, so these women are involved in a lot of debt as caused by the men and for the men, and guess what? Since they can pass the man, a lot of those situations going to haunt women back, man. They're going to be in a situation where they get slew down and tore up, man. But ultimately with the whoredom, you know, go ahead, Yakana.
I'm going to get this other one I wanted to get. This is Jeremiah 4:30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? It says, thou closest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thyself with ornaments of gold, though thou rent thy face with paintings, In vain shall thou make thyself fair. And it's just the point. It says, thou lovest shall despise thee, they shall seek thy life.
Yeah. So these men gonna get y'all, and that's what's been happening. Who you think killing the women? Now, ultimately, we know the Lord kills, okay? But he do use the angels, and they come down in the form of men, or however the Lord have it set up to what? Kill. Who you think are mostly killing the women? Men. All right. And another thing down here, you got the women on women killing each other down here. You got gangs of women, all right, going live and on these social media sites talking about how they stepping, right? They got the spirit of the men on them. I'm stepping. If a bee play with me, I'm stepping on their grandma and their mom. And like, it's like the spirit of men are just leaked on these women, man. All right. These women are in over their head. You got it, number what?
Yeah. Apostle Dahar, like yesterday, he posted that video of, what is it, Kriston or whatever her name is?
Yeah.
With Blueface, the bugged out chick. She punched some chick in the mouth, and then she just did a nigga flex, like a real nigga, like I'm that dude. Like, but it's a woman.
Yeah.
It's bugged out, man.
Yeah. You got women out here at the camp, you know, grabbing their crotch and shit like y'all can now say. You got these butchers, you know, you got women pass fucking on a block. Every time we on a block, week to week, they got like a little four-wheeler show where they just take over the whole, you know, block. We done showed the camera and different things like that happen every week for years. They come on Canal Street and you got a woman in the front wheeling it with a Pooh Shiesty mask on, man. All right. So you know what? There's a judgment. You gonna say something, Mama? What?
They got women with facial hair now, like
Yep.
little beards.
Yeah, they literally compass the man, literally. Like they got muscles, right? It's wrong with it, which nothing is, you know, per se wrong with that. But they got beards, right? They got haircuts like men, like they literally compass the man. That literally happened on all levels, man. You know, but you could jump back into that article if y'all brothers ain't got nothing. Or just and the men gonna seek your life too. All right. And that's what's been happening. Okay, a lot of these deaths are not by accident, because like when was the wicked perish? Basically, when the wicked perish, like, was they innocent? All right, like nah, like a lot of these deaths be connected, and if not, it's not connected to some wickedness they was involved in. The Lord just got them for something they've been dead, you know, to one of old, man, you know. But go ahead,
This one is from WDSU. It says, woman shot while in her carport, police say. Police say the perpetrators drove up and shot her while she was sitting in her car. Now, that's not an accident. That's not a so-called stray bullet. That's not, you know, for somebody to roll up on you and kill you and leave, that's personal, man. These women are guilty, man. They're guilty of, they're transgressing their husbands, all right, which they call baby daddies, which there's no such thing as that in the scriptures. That's their husband. They transgress, and a lot of these dudes, they're not with, you know, letting things go. Oh, I'm gonna just turn the other cheek. These people aren't in the truth. They're carnal. You play with a carnal man mind, a lot of times, Jake, just judgment comes. All right.
There's nothing follow carnality but that. So since the women won't be like men, that's carnal men, then what judgment you looking for? You think that should be mercy? All right, now that's not gonna be nothing, man. A carnal man don't reap mercy. That's just the way it goes, man. All right, neither do a woman. Bro, a woman they don't have an exception of a man, just that a man is above them. All right, but since the Lord allowed them to compass the man, that was intentionally done by the Lord, so the Lord could judge them as a man. You see? Go ahead, all right.
Yeah, the hedge of protection is gone.
Yep.
It says New Orleans Police
They
Department.
also, I'm gonna say this too. The reason why the Lord did that too is also to signify, all right, the curses upon us, all right, showing that a woman, because naturally, a woman ain't supposed to be over no man, all right. A woman ain't supposed to lead no house. A woman ain't supposed to do a goddamn thing in the form of leadership of order, man. That's another curse that was put upon us, you know. It's overall, it didn't took over, man. All right, and we definitely in a queendom type kingdom. All right, well, women rule. All right, it really don't at this point. It don't matter what nationality the woman is. Women rule, man. That's why the scriptures tells you in Apocrypha how women are strong, man, and they truly are strong. Physically, they got the strength. They got the strength to overpower you, take your kids. They got the strength to do a lot of shit, man, in this kingdom here. Even in the way they seduce and seduct men. They got these men fall weak to these women, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
It says preliminary reports show a woman in her 50s was shot while she was sitting in her carport. Made me think of this real quick. This Ezekiel 9:4, this is the Most High speaking to a deaf angel. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And who are the only men doing that? That's us, man. Starting with the apostles and elders all the way on down. And the apostles and every brother in the camp, we've been warning these women for years. We've been warning Jake in general that mass judgment is coming to these women. And they say, oh, you guys are misogynists. Y'all hate black women. Y'all are mean. But this is about to turn up, man. Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So the Lord's not a respecter of persons. He's not, oh, that's a female. You can't hurt her. That's not in the scriptures. It says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary, which is the Israelites. You people of so-called Negro and Native Indian descent. You got it up.
Yeah, we only care about judgment that's going on Israel. Like, we gonna speak about the other nation, but when we give, when we're actually speaking, we're speaking more to what? Israelites, man. Right? We're looking at the daughters of Zion. They're haughty, right? They're out of place. Like the elder said, man, it was put on us to show the embarrassment of us, man. All right, that the order in which the Lord set up is out of order, is upside down, man. Okay, and women are, like you say, really these women supposed to be at home, man. They're supposed to be getting killed at home. Technically, if they was doing godly things, which that probably wouldn't happen. It's not going to happen in Israel. They're supposed to be at home nurturing the children and shit, man. A woman be outside more than a man, bro. I'm talking about late nights. I'm talking about I see more women out late at night than men. I go inside at nighttime, brother. If I ain't had my affairs most of the day, I go inside, bro. I ain't out working. It's like, get to a point of like, what am I doing? Like, what? Okay, like, but if I am out, I'm heading to the elder brother house one night, heading up to there. I go by the CVS. I just see 2-3 women just walking like, in the dark. I'm about to hit them with the car, right? They got booty shorts on. It's just, bro, it's nighttime. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's just no guidance. They just walking around, bro. But they got that liberty to get abroad. That's why it says, let not a woman get liberty to get abroad. Because what happens is they get themselves killed and they get men killed. All right, not making rational decisions, or not thinking about judgment. Because a woman don't know judgment. She's been deprived of wisdom and imparted from understanding. So she don't know, like, oh, I ain't do nobody nothing. But if you go in a certain area in New Orleans and different places, well, it's a red flag. It's a war zone right there. So you're telling your woman, hey, look, don't go over there, don't stop at gas, lock the doors, don't be on Instagram, right? Because obviously they gotta go out, they gotta work and shit, different things, but you try to limit it, man. All right, because judgment is going out heavy on these women, man. But you could continue on that. Y'all brothers got a precept? Somebody been holding something. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
This 2 Chronicles 15:12, and they enter into a covenant to seek Yahawah power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek Yahawah power of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
You got it.
Yeah. It don't matter if you're a man or woman, you know, like they say in the world, women want equal rights. Well, you got equal lifts too, you know. There's a balance, you know what I'm saying? Just like the man getting laid down the street, the women catching the same judgment now, you know. And like the brother brought out earlier about the respect of persons, there's no respect of person with the Most High. Like you say, spirits created for vengeance, and that's what's going out here, man. Straight death on you women. Y'all had a good run. It's over with.
Yeah, hey, yeah, but, hey, and the Lord ain't the author of confusion. If you could get that in Hebrews out where it says, if they would do anything, let them learn and listen at home. A lot of these women are getting killed. Where they at? Dan Tremay, which that's the 6th Ward area down. Y'all know, brothers and I'm not familiar with certain areas. They Tremay and cross the river in different places like that. But these women they are out and about, man. All right, they learn and listen, bro. They should be subject in their home, man. Okay, and they give themselves a better chance of surviving. But these women are hardy and stiff-necked, right? Ryan, get Micah 7 and 10 out.
Gotcha.
Brother Gashad, go down the wide, bring that out.
This 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. It says, "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak." And the word church goes into a gathering of Israelite men. It's not a building. Anywhere that there's Israelite men, women are supposed to be silent. It says, "But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home."
At home. So you shouldn't be out in the street trying to find out these directions. Oh, where you go to the party over here that's up to nothing, right? Even though we know it's speaking of the scriptures per se verbatim, but it says that there was to learn anything. It didn't say, so if these women is taking heed to the men, which the men in Israel, they're all gone. They're all outside killing each other. What you think your woman gonna do that love you? So-called. She gonna learn how to kill somebody. You gonna teach her how to hide the weapon, hide the glizzy, babe. Put the yas, up in the attic. Put this over here. Let your homeboy come over and put the murder weapon by, that he used last week over there. Go just give it to my girl. She know what to do with it. She gonna wipe it down. It's just these women are the things that they're learning how to die, not how to live. Because they don't have godly men over them, man. All right. And if they do, they want to rebel against them. Oh, it's too strict in here. It's too this. All right. Well, if you don't be kept in straight, all right, and chastise, if you don't chasten your daughter, she gonna just end up out your dead, man. Like these younger women, bro. And we just find it amazing that the way these women are done. These are young women. If we go through because we ain't gonna have the amount of time, but if we go to the news break, you gonna see these women 19, 20, 16, 8, like 24. Like technically, these are babies, as we would call in Israel. They're Israelite babies, man. They haven't grown up, they haven't reached their potential. Then you had a girl that graduated. She graduated college and got killed that night, man. You had a girl who was graduating college. Her grandma and auntie went there in Xavier, and they killed the grandma, man. For some, she got at the they were cheering too hard. Oh, they bucked somebody, elbowed somebody, and grandma got killed. Big mama got killed at the graduation, man. If I remember, vaguely, I don't know if y'all brothers are aware of that. It was at Xavier. No, y'all can not probably answer. If y'all brothers recall, but it was over some, fussing, right, disagreeing, and these women, these social media sites have what? It have ruined the nation of Israel, all right, the women, because that's what we care about at the end of the day, okay? We care about our nation, and we talk to our nation for the most part. We do talk to our nation about their judgment. They ain't listening. They don't care, right? But our women are not listening. Our sons and daughters are not listening, man. There's a judgment. But go ahead, go ahead with that Micah 7 and 10, brother.
This is Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Well, guess what? This is happening real time, man. This is real time right now. We're seeing certain daughters, and because really our women become enemies when they don't have us as the head over them as a whole, collectively. Would you brothers agree with that? As the having a man as a whole, they are enemies. So you'd be like, oh, my woman, my woman ain't really an enemy. Yeah, you got some, decent women that do listen to their husbands, So let's keep a balance there. Let's be fair. Let's pack fair. But overall, a woman becomes an enemy when she don't subject herself to her husband. When you go in titles and different things that they're supposed to be under guidance, as under obedience, as said the law. When they don't do those things, you become an enemy. All right. Well, I don't do this and do. You're still an enemy, man. All right. Overall, but we are watching them be trodden down as the Maya of the streets, man. Literally, right? They're being trodden down as the Maya of the street. Let me see what this say. See what it says in the NLT. Well, it's all good. It's all good. I jump back into that article.
Oh, that was it on that.
That was it. All right, you read one of them in the beginning.
I read two of them. I read another one. This on WWL. It says, "Mother killed as New Orleans homicide numbers rise for women."
What date? Say the date. Date a day like a day ago, 2 days. Say that as well, brother.
This last week.
Last week.
It says, Thursday, a mother was shot and killed at the intersection of Mayo Road and South I-10 Service Road.
That's 2 minutes from me, right? I stay right here, and you get the Mayo and I-10 Service Road. There's 2 minutes from right here where I live at, right? We talking 2 minutes from where I live. So I got a a daughter. I got daughters, right? I got a woman. So when that kind of plagued my mind somewhat, like, okay, my woman drive past Mayo Road. She's been doing it for the past 8+ years. I'm like, well, look, you need to do this, pay attention to this, man. Because nobody's exempt. Nobody's off the radar of the Lord. The Lord don't have, he don't got picks and chooses, man. All right, technically he do, but anybody can get it, especially a woman. So how much more, the closeness of this, man, the seriousness of it. That's why, ultimately, me and the brothers wanted to go into that, man, because the closeness of this thing is really starting to get close, man. All right. And we have, women and children in this thing, and we care for our, fam, or whatever. We just hope and pray the Lord don't judge them, man, our situation. So brothers gotta, talk more, admonish their, families and shit more, man. Go ahead, Art.
That's the Spirit you said that. The first paragraph says this: a young mother was shot and killed at the intersection of Mayo Road and the South I-10 Service Road. In this gut-wrenching moment, a man who was visibly upset ran through the tapered off area shouting, "That's my daughter." So it's close to home, like you were saying. This could happen to any one of us. It could happen to any Jake. You talking to your loved one, the next minute they dead. And this, unfortunately, Jake is used to dealing with this with their sons. Your son leave the house, you don't know if he's coming back. But now it's reaching the daughters of Zion. This mass judgment reaching these Israelite women, man. It says,
yeah, we have there. Oh, Salakia.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, we have no account for our life, man. As it says, Deuteronomy, like Jake don't know, what's going on. And if the man don't know what's going on, how much more the woman that have compassed the man? Like they twofold dummies, basically, man. All right, y'all, they not listening to the men, and they don't even have nothing to govern themselves, man. They're not governed by the word of the Lord. They don't understand wisdom. They've been deprived of that. So when they go out here, the only thing can happen to them is die. You go in Walmart. Walmart is full of women. Anywhere you go, it's full of women walking around clapping. All right. Get it where it says in Proverbs, she's clamorous and know it nothing. And that's why you die, man. You die not knowing. It says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. All right. I think it's Proverbs 9 and 13. By what shot one of y'all brothers could grab it?
I got it. This is Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Right, doting around, like the elder brought out in Ezekiel. Just clamorous, just committing whoredom and adultery, just running around until the Lord mowed down in the street. All right, and then everybody, oh, that's a female. Hey, yo, brother, that's a female. What you mean? All right, female means little faith. You right, that is a female. She walking out there with little faith, and she clamorous, and she doting around, and she don't know nothing, right? You got men of the Lord who handling business, commerce. They not hanging outside, man. And a man can handle himself, I would like to say, better than a woman. But we understand the Lord is mowing men down. So what we getting out of the way of judgment, right? We hiding ourselves using prudence, insight. But these women is going to get killed, man. You see? Read that again,
This is Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Well, and guess what? When you, I mean, as the equalizer for that, I don't know what else to say. If you don't know what's going on, you're going to die. Listen, you're going to die if you don't know what's going on, man. Unless the Lord just got hella mercy on you. Okay? If you don't have an idea, you completely clueless to what's going on in society, you're gonna go out there and die, man. You got people that know what's going on and go die. How much more one that don't? But go ahead, YAHAWAH.
It says, Councilwoman Helena Moreno said, which that's a spirit. Her name means Greek black. All right, we Hellenize here in Babylon. This councilwoman's name is Helena Moreno. You can't make this up, man. Councilwoman Helena Moreno says the numbers are alarming, telling Eyewitness News in 2022. Let me skip that. That's irrelevant. She says, she went on to say, gut-wrenching and horrible to see what we're seeing in our streets. Now we're seeing women impacted at these levels. It's tragic. So she went through the numbers of, 1996, we were the so-called murder capital, which Jake takes pride in. But when we were the so-called murder capital, it was mostly Jake men, out in the streets, just being niggas nigging. And now it's like these numbers are reaching women and people are alarmed now. But it was cool. It was cool when it was Jake men killing Jake men. Now all of a sudden it's a tragedy. We have to do something about this. We have to get to the bottom of this. Well, wait a minute. Jake been killing Jake for eons, man. Now it's a problem. It says, at the end of April, a mother was shot and killed on Orleans Avenue and Broad Street. Her toddler in the back seat witnessed the violence.
That was a big one. Hold on, before you pass that one up, because that was one I wanted to actually speak on, because that one, like the way, it came on the news, they showed it like they just actually showed that she was, like this in the car or whatever, and the toddler was in the back seat, man. So these women are leaving. You know how you leave the child if the dad dies, he's just a bastard child? Well, the women are leaving the child as a monstrous monster, though. The child gonna grow up wanting to get revenge on a person that killed his mother, man. All the children of that man, all the family of that man. So it's a cycle of death going on here, man. Any child, a toddler grow up knowing the killer of their mother, he's gonna by human nature, by default, want to what? Get a revenge on that, right? And we know vengeance is of the Lord. We know the Lord is killing, man. Somebody kill your mother today, Jake. Just by human nature, Jake gonna want to kill that man. Like, oh, you killed my mama, bro. Like, why you ain't kill me? Whatever. Jake will say stupid stuff. Why you just didn't kill me? You ain't in control of that. But by the Lord being in the hand of the control of judgment, well, we have to understand who's doing the killing and why. And we have a great indication of that and understanding of that. And that's why we move out of the way, brother. And we try to tell our loved ones the same. But guess what? They don't adhere to it. Go ahead, brother.
It says, at the end of April, a mother was shot and killed on Orleans Avenue and Broad Street. Her toddler in the back seat witnessed the violence. That same night, another woman was shot. 2 children, NOPD reported, were in the car at that time.
Yeah. And these women be out Like, you know, that was in the daytime, but these women be out there get killed that night. They have their children in the car with them. It's like, where the father? Like, what you doing? Like, what decisions are you making? You going in an area that's in all these different areas around where we live at, technically, you know, for the brothers, and some brothers way lower than others, but is this the murder capital of the world right now? It's June. It's over 100, you know, something murders, man. And guess what? That's what they have on record. It's still murders. They ain't found out about what Jake them Baltimore, Elm, and that women they done bought back and miss you in different places like that. You got to think about those things they don't report. Remains and shit that's still missing, man. Where people can't get no closure on their family and friends. Women been missing for God knows how long. They out here with Hardy and Stretch Fort necks. All right. And guess what? The Lord judging their ass. The Lord killing women with heels on. They have their press on nails, their wigs, and their eyelashes, you know, the pinky blonde, whatever, and the Lord killing them with everything on, man. With their perfume on, man. All right. Get Isaiah 3 and start at 16. Right. We're gonna start the wind down with that.
Okay,
all right. So Mike, get that Isaiah 32 too. Go ahead, while you got it.
Yeah, just real quick. It says Councilwoman Moreno reacting to the mother who was fatally shot. That is so incredibly gut-wrenching. That was the situation where at 3 a.m, because, you know, just think about how horrific it is, because you just think about the children. Now, what is she doing out 3 a.m? Like they obviously they can't put that in the article, but as a man, you have to think, well, why is this woman out here at 3 a.m? What is she doing?
Hey, but like many law enforcement, police officers I done ran by, it's on a 1 to 2 things going on 3 o'clock in the morning. 3. Yeah, 1 to 3 things going on. Either you selling ass, you selling drugs, or you out here fucking drunk, man. Riding around in the car. All right? Especially with some children, you know, what are you doing? But then, like I said, these women, they be catching sales and driving drugs around and all type of shit, man. They into this shit too. Yeah. You know, especially here. These women here more aggressive than the goddamn so-called men. No?
Yes.
Yeah. But then let her family tell it, oh, she was leaving Bible study at 2:30 in the morning. That's why she was out there.
Yeah, she don't deserve this. She wanted to go out like a diamond. She won't go out like a diamond. That's a little inside thing the brothers got here. The elder brother put the video. And we didn't even speak about that one, right? That happened. She won't go out like a diamond. That one on what? Off Diamond right there? Y'all can know?
No, that's the one back there look almost like around Cornet Court.
Cornet Court? Okay. Y'all know it's out here in the east, which Cornet Court is 5 minutes from me. Again, is the spirit we did, you know, this lesson came about, because most of these murders is damn near right, is wrongness. That is incident, as I started off with the lesson, that is incident to the past, is at our doorsteps, it at our houses. So just like it can be around me, you know, it can happen to us as well, man. I pray it don't, but you know, all we can do is just serve the Lord, and hopefully the Lord will keep the angels encamped around them that film, you know, and also their families. All right, we'll go ahead, Doc. You got more than why?
No, that's it on there.
All right. Go out to Samaki, bring out what you got.
You want when we start at 9 or 11?
You can start at 9, Doc.
Okay, cool. All right, it's Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vengeance shall fail.
Right. This the staple scripture right here for the women. Right. You will be careless, but the vengeance gonna fail. All right. You got the articles, certain articles coming out on they are shorting down the SNAP benefits and different things like that, the SSI. All right, because of the debt ceiling. All right. You when the vengeance fell, all right. You deck it like you know the pains in a makeup and all these things. You can't get to these things. All right, and the crimson, all this, and the brother about to bring it out. You know, because these women love to flaunt their stuff. All right, and go out here 3 in the morning, and we know them. You know, they brothers know by my house. They got this man in and said that's neither here nor there, but the Lord gonna kill them too. You know, the Lord gonna get them too. The brothers know what I'm talking about overall. You just got a parade of just naked women on the main street up here, man. Listen, they just walking out there, just butt naked, man. There's no police. They need to go to jail, man. All right, well, go ahead, Art. Go ahead, Smokey.
The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are ease, be troubled, ye careless ones.
Right, and women move around carelessly. Baba Gashah, YAHAWAH, give me Job 39, and you probably start at 16. 17, Salagi.
Okay.
You start at 16 because we mentioned about the children being in the back seat, man.
Okay, it's the book of Job, chapter 39, verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear.
Right, which the ostrich and, you know, they'll move around and kill their own children. And really, to God say, yeah, get yourself killed at 2, 3 in the morning, knowing you nurture 2, 3 little small children, man, you like your labor is in vain without fear, man. It's like you leaving these children to a daddy that's probably in jail, a deadbeat, whatever, you know, don't take care of the children. It's like you leaving the children out here to become a monster, man. All right, because you are not thinking for the children. Like you're not thinking. You only think for yourself. You're thinking selfishly, all right? To be out 3 in the morning with your children with you. Go your head, you know, you shouldn't even be out. But goddamn, have some thought in mind to be like, let me not at least take my children out here. I'm in the most dangerous city in America right now. You know, it would behoove me to be what? Mentally strict on myself to just basically think a little bit. But that's where a godly man comes in place at. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. Verse 17, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Yeah, so she don't even know that she don't know nothing, man. All right? She's foolish, clamorous, and know it nothing. All right? At this day and age, a woman know nothing, but she compares to man. So since you don't know nothing, you got to die. All right? Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Samaki. That's all I want on that, Doc.
Okay, come. It says, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
That's it?
Read it on. Yeah, kind of, that was it.
That was it? Yeah. So, you know, the Lord, because of your carelessness, get that word carelessness on YAHAWAH. We're going to go to that. Go to that Isaiah. We're going to close out with that Isaiah on Raya. Get that word careless. Because these women are walking around careless. I mean, all they care about is looking good, all right, and not knowing nothing, man. All right, not being aware of the time, not understanding time and judgment. And guess what? There's a judgment gonna fall upon you, man.
This is careless. It says done with or acting with insufficient attention, negligent, unconcerned, heedless. They don't take heed.
Unconcerned and heedless, man. They don't take heed. Now these women are getting killed. And guess what? Our women notice that. My woman will be like, man, these women get killed. I ain't going nowhere. You know, I'm not going, you know, I gotta watch this and that. And then there's a reminder gotta come up, a light bulb. Remember you, oh yeah. They getting killed so much, which killing puts fear in women, but it only put fear in them for a day or two. You know, like they're not reminded of it. So the Lord, when the Lord killed 100 million women at one time, guess what? The women gonna get right out. 1 or 2 head out. All right. That ain't really my family. I don't really know her, but they on social media like that's sad. That happened to the girl. Well, you just like the girl. You go out there and do the same things, man. All right, because it's gonna happen to you. Go ahead, Doc.
That's a beautiful point because, like we said earlier, the majority of the 1/3 and the majority of the 2/3 is women. When you read Isaiah 4:1, you see the terror in these women. Why is that? Because they're gonna see their cousins, their sisters, their aunties, grandma. They're gonna see the majority of women in their family are gonna be dead. So they're gonna be somewhere in their right mind.
Yeah, they're gonna get ravaged then killed, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of these women, low key, get ravaged. It's just, you know, it's just not out. You got sex trafficking, all, you know, that's a whole nother topic, man. All right, because they out here prostituting, they out here selling it, and I ain't gonna let me hold myself. Go ahead, Doc. They find a way to kill themselves. Whether they destroying themselves through adulterous ways, whether they engaged in men activities that lead to death, whether set men up or whatever it may be, man. Everything leads to dying. Everything calculates up and adds to dying, man. All right, that's the sum. Go ahead, Ryan.
Where do you want me to start in Isaiah 3?
Start at 16.
Okay. This is Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, Yahawah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretch forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet.
Yeah, always want to look good, be haughty, walking around as if judgment just passed by them, man, or it doesn't pass over, man. That's why that's why we always say the women gonna get right over here, man. You know, it ain't gonna get in the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna get straight here. The Lord gonna get that together right here. All right, the daughters of Zion, the literal daughters, the women of Zion, they're gonna get right here. All right, a lot of women gonna get killed. The women gonna get saved, but we gotta bring back the nation. We don't need that many women to bring back a nation. That's not in like Jake. We can use other nations to bring back the women, but just generally speaking, a lot of our women gonna get put to death because on this side they was wicked, man. All right, go ahead, out.
Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Yep.
And
Go ahead, out.
And Yahawah will discover their secret parts.
They have been discovering the secret parts, man, in the earth. Go ahead, out.
In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their coals and their round tires like the moon.
Yeah, they're accessories. All right, go ahead, out.
The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantlets, and the wimples and the crisping pins.
Yeah, like Samakia brought out the he gonna strip them and make them better. Because this they're covering, right? Only looking good is their covering. At the end of the day, they don't know nothing. They don't have wisdom and knowledge. They're not subject to their men. All right, haughty, they high-minded. So at the end of the day, the Lord gonna take what y'all love and value the most. All right, the makeup, the wigs, the heels. All right, the Lord gonna take it. Go ahead, out.
The glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. Verse 24. Go ahead. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink.
Yeah, and a lot of you women are cursed down inside the pants, in the drawers, man. All right, we don't gotta get vulgar with it, but you women are cursed, especially you in dubs. All right, you like the brothers got experiences and testimony. Brothers ain't playing around. You nigga women are cursed down there, man. All right, severely. All right, go ahead.
And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Now we know that done came and passed. This is all done came and passed. Go ahead.
And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth.
Yeah, just bad shape, out of shape. Go ahead.
and burning instead of beauty.
And so the Lord have broken that down. So why he let y'all compass a man, the curses have overtaken you. Because if the curses have overtaken Israel, you an Israelite woman, you gonna get it. All right. So again, they got women that's down for their husbands and they listen and they obey, they obedient. You women keep that spirit, man. Because if you don't, all right, you ain't too cute to get a bullet. All right. And guess what? Jake shoots you. When Jake shoots you, they're gonna shoot you till you catch on fire. Your purse gonna be on fire, all your little accessories on you. All right. Jake getting the job done, man. And that's the Lord ultimately killing you all together. But that's all I had. Y'all brothers got something. Bring it out and we'll come up.
You mind if I read down to 26?
Yeah.
Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
Yeah. She gonna sit up on the ground. As Babylon go, the women going. And when you read it at Ezekiel, them two harlots that Yakanan spoke about, they was hand in hand with Babylon. Like as they went, Babylon went. All right. I think let me look back at Ezekiel. I want to make sure.
If I can make a point real quick, as it says in Isaiah 29, thy covenant with death shall be disannulled. Our women made a covenant with the main of death, Esau, Edom, in this system of feminism, putting the woman over the man and just doing everything clean contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
And now that covenant's starting to be taken away. And now what's to come next? The judgment for that disobedience, for that wickedness, for living that death style.
Yeah, that Ezekiel 23, we could have read that and it would have just covered everything we spoke about, man. All right, that whole damn chapter. I mean, I'll save it, but you know, it's just, but that's the whoredom in Israel, which have carried that, man. All right, you make yourself, you don't listen to your husband, you make yourself a target. And when you think you're a man, you make yourself a target. And when you just basically be disobedient to wisdom and knowledge or whatever, you're gonna get killed, man. All right, and that's the end game. But I just wanted to get in that topic, right? Because I really, when we speak about judgment, sometimes the women could be not a lost art of finding her as if, oh, they just all together safe. Like, nah, man, the Lord is judging you women too. Okay, which also opens our eyes up to be like, we gotta feel the Lord move. Just because it's not men, well, he's killing men, but just to say we honing in on women, guess what? We still got to fear the Lord even more. We have women and children, you know? So, yeah, man, that pretty much was the point. Y'all say if y'all got any points, anything y'all want to make, good. All right, so that, you know, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying to the whole elect, then those that cleave to the body. So with that, we will give infinite honors and prayers to YAHAWAH, double honors to the elders and apostles, agree Millstone, salutation to the item that's pushing the truth and sincerity. To the next time, we're going to say Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Shalawam.